Good morning. Another wonderful weekend here again with you all. Today we're going to be doing a quick review on this series King of Joburg, which is currently on Netflix. It came out about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm going to start off front by telling you I highly recommend that you watch it. It's really good. I give it 5 stars. That is very rare for me to say something is 5 stars. Okay, so the setting of this series is in Johannesburg, South Africa, and the surrounding areas. The plot is that Masire, one of the Masire brothers, returns from prison with the goal of walking the right path and making sure that his life is clean. He wants cleanness, he wants to find love, and he finds love, he wants to find happiness, and he seems to be walking on that path. But unfortunately, he comes from a crime family, and crime has been in that family for generations. So regardless of how much he tries to walk away from the life of crime, his older brother Simon, through one way or the other, manages to bring him back to this life. So at the end of the day, he gets his hand dirty, he gets his hands bloody, but he leaves you with certain questions about family. This series has so many interesting characters like Sting, like Clo-Clo, like Simon's wife, Simon's love, Moore's love, and so many conflicting characters, and you are left with, it's a series that you don't know who to really like and who to really hate. You find yourself liking the bad guys. It's one of those series. So there are so many reasons to watch this. First and foremost, this is an African story. Okay, when we think about mob stories, we think about mafia, we think Europe, we think country in particular. I wouldn't say it because it will seem as if I'm being stereotypical, but this is a mafia story. It is a crime story, but it has African elements. It's not, sometimes when Africans want to tell something that is a European construct, we tend to remove the things that make it literally our own story. But they brought their own, put in the things that make it a South African story. We see what happens at a funeral, how their funerals are conducted. We see their spirituality, their beliefs, some of their belief systems. We see how they believe that certain spiritual, mythical beings and spiritual elements control things and how things flow. These are things that you do not see in European mafia stories. European mafia stories is always surrounded by the church, mostly the Catholic Church. So this was very interesting, actually, just to see how they brought that into their series. Another reason to like it is that unlike many European mafia stories and other mafia stories from other parts of the world, it's not a clean patriarchal stories. In many old mafia stories or crime stories, it's men running the shows, men making the decisions, men shooting the guns, men doing the killings. But in this South African story, King of Joburg, we see women making the plans, executing the plans, shooting the guns, and doing all kinds of evil things, also seeking revenge, which generally is a man's playground. So it was very interesting to see that, women in leadership position in a bad way. Another reason to actually love this is if you actually watch series and movies, because of the eye candy, you have loads of eye candy in this movie, regardless of whatever type you like. There's something for everyone. So for that reason, it's also highly recommended. Another reason I liked it was because it actually left you with, a series of questions, particularly when you watch the end. Clo-Clo is going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to wonder what decision he's going to make. Will he follow the path of his uncle, or will he follow the path of his father? Particularly after you've seen how Clo-Clo's character is, which will be most beneficial for him, particularly since the path of his uncle brought a lot of good things to his family and also protected his family. Earlier, I had mentioned something about some characters leaving you with some conflicting emotions. One of such characters is Simon. Simon is literally the bad guy, but the reason he does the things he does is to protect his family. He is someone that has a lovable center. And so at the end of the day, you're like, I hate him, but I love him. So I don't know, just so many conflicting things, so many conflicting emotions. But it's a series that I recommend that you watch this weekend. It's on Netflix, and I would like to hear what your thoughts are. What do you think about it? Do you recommend it? Do you understand where someone was coming from? Or do you think it was a very easy decision for Mo to make, particularly if he didn't have any support system? So till next time, take care and God bless. Bye and ciao.